Oh, she's good. Damn it, she's good. I've got something on my face still. What's on my face?
Oh, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Fabulous.
It's a smile.
Fuck. No, I've got like muck on my face. Not with food. Hi.
Hey, I told you it was a smile.
That is such an introduction.
Oh,
Got muck on my face.
Sorry, Mum.
Mum doesn't watch anyway. We've just found this out. It's, because of moments like that.
Now we know why.
Welcome
For
back.
those that weren't obviously privy to... Oh, sorry. Do you want to do your intro first? I feel like I need to tell this because I think it's hilarious.
Okay, welcome to Nikki's childhood memories. Live on Facebook. Hi, Mum. Conversations back with Danny's EPT, so who's not updated her name. Me, the PAC, accountability coach, and Nikki, the bookish mindset.
Hello.
The storyteller of this afternoon.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah.
Open yourself up to the world.
I just had a funny conversation with my mum and I shared that with Alistair and Danny and they laughed as much as I did, so I thought it was necessary to share that with you guys as well. I've just been chatting to my mum, just as we do every now and again, and I've mentioned, I said, oh yeah, I'll do my podcast now, I'm going live. It's on Facebook, because she's on Facebook, she can do that much, she's good. I was like, it's on Facebook if you want to watch, trying to get another plug, another viewer. And she goes, I just like this because I'm watching her on FaceTime. She's shaking her head going, Nikki, I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. It's too traumatizing. And then she starts to laugh and I'm going, what the fuck is traumatizing about this? It's not that fucking graphic. And she's like, well, it's too traumatizing. It's like watching your kids go to a school play and mess up their lines. You've got all those weeks of practicing the lines with them and then it's watching them and you're so nervous watching them in a school play. So she thinks that this is like watching me in a school play. So hi, Mum.
Did you mess up your lines as a kid then?
I remember, but obviously I've scarred her with something.
You can tell you've been on the phone to your mum as well.
Oh, because I got my northern.
I've been on the phone to my mum.
On the phone to
How can you even tell that?
No. What do you say, Danny?
How can you even tell that the accent has changed?
How can I tell?
Yeah.
It's just the odd words, I think.
A sense of something. It was just the way she said, "Mum."
Mum.
My mum.
It's the U's. It's U's and O's that sort of sound a bit more. So it sort of goes down, not necessarily an octave, but a few notes. It's a little bit lower, and I could tell you my 5 northern words, but I don't know whether they're Facebook appropriate. There's 5 northern words developed with friends at uni from similar town to me that sound northern, whatever accent you say them in. Pie, pub, chips, a C word that's not okay for Facebook, and gravy. Pie, pub, chips, gravy. And they are 5 northern words. And we've gone off topic very slightly already.
There's 2 words that you can that Scots people sound different when they say. Carly Whirly.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded really Scottish.
That's because it's as soon as you say it, it sounds more Scottish.
Curly whirly. I love it.
It sounds different when an English person says it.
Yeah.
Well, it's an African person.
I don't know.
So maybe you could say
Curly whirly.
Curly whirly.
Curly whirly. I should say curly whirly.
Right. Okay. You can tell that we had to have a topic.
We have a topic.
Yeah, let's actually get into it. Let's get stuck in.
So before we put the listeners to sleep.
Oh.
Okay.
What's today's topic, Alistair?
Today's topic is sleep, because I wrote about it in my email, and then Danny came on and said that she had a lie-in this morning, an unintentional lie-in. Nikki had an intentional lie-in.
Oh yeah.
I was up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
What's the opposite time?
Intentionally.
Lie out.
Yeah.
No.
Sleep out.
Sleep out? No, that's something different.
Step out. I don't know. Either way, I was up.
Purposefully? You're an early riser anyway, aren't you?
So I am an early riser, but what I realised this morning is, I wake up ready to go when I've got lots to try and achieve.
Okay.
And it always makes me wake up earlier when I've missed something, or I know if I don't get up and do something, I'm going to miss something. And it made me think about, because I thought back to when I was a kid and I hadn't done my homework. On those days, I would always wake up super early to get my homework in, because I'm a bit of a panicker. I leave myself in some sticky situations sometimes, but I always seem to come out smelling the roses. Or as my mum would have said, my mum says, you fall down a sewer and you came up with a fish supper.
Oh, I like that phrase.
That's different.
I think we just call it jamming gits.
So yeah, it's because I sail. My ass sails close to the wind, I think, is the other way of saying it. But what's life if you can't make it exciting, right? But yeah, I wake up and I've got a lot on at the moment. So yeah, I always find that I wake up later and my sleep is shorter because of that. And we all know how sleep is important. So, because if it wasn't important, we wouldn't all fall asleep every day.
Basically,
we all run out of energy at some point. Some people can stay out for a long, long time, but it does have an impact on your health.
But here's an interesting fact, right? Elon Musk is like so busy and stuff. He still fits in about 6 hours sleep every day, because he said anything less, he's not going to be productive. So he makes sure that he gets at least 6 hours in. So if he can find the time to do it while he's planning interplanetary travel up to Mars, then I think we should all make that conscious effort, because you see the importance of it.
Definitely.
But there's also lots of very famous people who don't.
Yeah.
But they're not planning, like you said, not planning interplanetary travel. Yeah. He's have you ever listened to him? Listened to his, like, I'm on Joe Rogan and stuff?
Yeah, because he was on this week or last week or something. Again, yeah. So that's what he was talking about, the interplanetary travel. Sorry that we've gone off topic, but I was just so interested that, here we are, like, I put on my story as well where I couldn't make pancakes. I can't make pancakes, but you got this guy traveling all the way to Mars, planning these things and wanting to make Teslas that can hover 6 inches off the ground. And you got people commenting in the section on Instagram, comment section thing, about which diet's the best for you. But you got this man over here who's just making shit happen. It just made me think about life.
Pancakes.
That's such a different way of thinking about it. Whenever I've listened to him, I'm just like, what is he going on about? Like, the intelligence, you realize that I came away thinking, fuck, I'm stupid. And I'm not stupid, right? I don't actually believe that, but I was just like, in the range of intelligence, I'm not that intelligent. There's
different measures of intelligence, though. Hold on.
I don't demonstrate many of them.
You're not trying to get to Mars, no, but your intelligence lies in other
I am.
places.
I'm trying.
There's not
really
just
hard.
one measure. There's not just one measure. Well, you did a fucking awful job then. Thanks again.
I've just not been successful. Yeah, he's on the podcast. He's definitely like. It just blew my mind sometimes, the stuff he's talking about. It makes you want to, like, go and improve your knowledge, I think, or did for me.
Yeah, there is some interest there.
So yeah,
sorry,
so
we went off topic there.
Did it put you to sleep?
Anyway.
No.
But so Nikki, are you into your science?
Yes. Yes.
Interest you then? Do people like that fascinate you?
Yes, I'm going to come at it from a different angle, which I read something the other day, which was really interesting. And it's maybe not the time to debate it now, but maybe while we've got this huge climate disaster, why are we trying to get to Mars? Why are we not sorting the shit out on our own planet first? Which I thought was, aha, that's clever. I like that. Yeah, I do.
It's a disposable life that we lead. No longer we just like, use a battery and throw it away. We now just use a planet and throw it away.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is a fair point. I think it boils down to responsibility. Like, I think some people would use their power for different things.
Oh, definitely. And don't get me wrong, I've got sciencey technology background in terms of education and interest for as long as I can remember. So it's incredible the stuff they do and the stuff they're coming up with and everything. I've been interested in electric cars since for the last 10, 15 years. So it's brilliant, the stuff they're doing. And I do vaguely keep up with it, but now I'm kind of out of it a little bit. Where I used to work in automotive, I was on it and would have articles and everything coming through sort of daily, but I'm a little bit out of it now, but I do follow it roughly. But yeah, it's
like stuff. This is way off topic now, not even about we're going on technology, but is electric cars are in general, do you think that's going to be the future now, or do you think that people will have the choice?
I think we're a long way off, and the same with driverless cars. I think we're a huge way off, because there's always going to be human intervention, especially with driverless stuff. I know that's not what you asked, but electrics, I think we're still a way off, because I think it's the reliability. I think if you're in a city and that's all you're doing, your small 2 or 3 mile trips, then fine. I think they're brilliant. And, I'd be, if I worked a little bit closer, then I'd already be tempted by it. But just because they're electric doesn't mean they're perfect. The amount of fossil fuels and resource in terms of making them and making the batteries is monumental. That's something that we think, oh yeah, it's a green car, it's great. But look where it's come from as well. Look at everything behind it as well. There's some serious fucking input there as well. So yeah.
So do you think do you think there's a balance between how much consumption there is in manufacturing it and how much consumption there is in actually running it once it's manufactured?
Oh yeah, definitely, because it's electric as well, isn't it? It's still fossil fuels. You're still burning fossil fuels. You're just slightly different ones. Cool. I don't know. I don't know everything. True, don't get me wrong.
It's like they're not sold about. We
in Britain are not great for solar power. We are grey 95% of the year. Wind, by all means, we can bloody have a go with that stuff. But then people don't want wind turbines near them, or spoiling the coast, or this or that. I don't know what the perfect answer is, but I don't think
Elon Musk have created like tiles that you'll be able to lay as road.
See, that stuff's interesting. And solar powered paint, not powered paint, but paint that can absorb energy. There's lots of ideas and lots of things, but it's the kind of thing you need a lot of people on board with, I think, before it will really go anywhere. Like electric cars, like driverless cars, it's got to be the majority of the population.
We don't trust enough, I think, to go there.
No, we don't trust technology enough, and so therefore we want human intervention, and that's where things go wrong. If it was just robots, I bunged driverless cars into the same thing. If it was just driverless cars, fine. If there weren't any humans, but all the issues they've all had human intervention. The bus has pulled out on them, or the cyclist, or something. Unless it's all robot and all automated, there will always be human intervention, therefore there will always be a chance of error. With that, I'm going off topic.
Not from the car itself, the driver itself, but from other external factors around.
External factors, exactly. That's the words I'm struggling to say. And but it's the same with electric. Until the majority of the population have electric cars, there aren't going to be enough charging stations everywhere. Portsmouth's quite a progressive city. I think there's quite a lot of charging points, but it's in a city, and it's not inner city stuff that's worrying. You get them installed at your home, but if it's when you're traveling the journeys, and you not only have to stop and refuel, it's then you've got to wait a couple of hours, rather than if you would just go normal car, go to the petrol station, 10 minutes, you fill up and you're on your way again. There's a huge time factor in all of it. So I don't think it's going to hit off yet, really. But I think inner city stuff is brilliant. I don't want to say inner city. If you're just doing small journeys, and it's great, you know, there's a big start and the more.
Metropolitan style.
Yeah,
How did we end up here, ladies?
Sorry. It was
we didn't have a topic
I'm
10
loving
minutes
it.
ago.
I'm loving it, but I just remember typing in today's topic conversation, sleep, and I'm sat here going, "Cars, how? Where is the link?"
Well, then,
Elon Musk. He is
yeah.
the
So,
Elon Musk. So
But
let's go back to sleep.
Speaking of like the science a bit, right? And we mentioned, so there's a book that we all know of, and you know, Danny's watched the guy's TED Talk, and Matthew Walker,
and he was on Joe Rogan.
and he was he was on Joe, it was Joe Rogan. Yeah, so Jamie, where's? Oh no, he's gone again. We had a joke last time, Nikki, on a podcast about needing a Joe Rogan style like producer person, and nobody's come forward yet. So
I've never listened to a Joe Rogan podcast, I think.
Oh, sorry, you've only got like 1,326 to catch up on.
Yeah, see, that puts me off how many, because I'd like to start at the start and go numerical order, and it stresses me out when there's too many.
2 hours of them. So
yeah, I love the idea of them. They're there in the back of my mind. Anyway, he's on a Joe Rogan podcast as well.
Yeah.
And he
has a brilliant book.
Audible book is a good way of doing it, but the book.
So hold on, let's tell them what book we're talking about. Yeah.
Go on then, book person.
There's a book called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, and it's quite a small looking book, but quite an in-depth look into why we sleep, and all the science and research and issues when we don't sleep and when we only sleep for certain many hours, when we have disrupted sleep, either by children, by shift work, by alcohol, by food, by anything. And it's in depth is an understatement. It's a very sciencey book. I'm sure the TED Talk and the audiobook are a much easier way to sort of consume that knowledge. It was probably one of the first non-fictions I read, however many years ago, a few years ago now, and it's small writing. It's a small size book, so it doesn't look too terrifying. You know, you get some thick books that you just go, I'm never going to fucking touch that with a barge pole. But yeah, but it's tiny, right? It's so science dense, but it's equally brilliant because of that, because you can understand why there are all these, not necessarily claimed, but why he's gone through so much with it. I think for me, it was a bit, and I've heard other people say this as well, it kind of gives you a bit of sleep anxiety as well. I'm like, oh shit, well, I'm not sleeping this much. This is going to lead to this and this.
Yeah.
I don't know whether anyone else felt like that.
I felt like that in the fact that, like, I thought 7 hours was enough for me, but then it turns out that I needed to get like another hour more, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like an hour's sleep a day over a long time. I was like, I'm gonna be delusional by the time I'm older. Like, it just made me panic a bit. I really overthink that, and I was really dramatic about it. But it was interesting.
What I found when I got my Whoop band, that's when I realised I wasn't. I questioned whether it was the fact that I then had it to analyse that my sleep was shorter. I realised it was getting shorter, and it was getting shorter and shorter. And I think maybe that brought on some of the anxiety, but it also then brought it to light. Actually, you're not getting nearly an amount of sleep, and it tells you about what that means in terms of recovery and how much exercise you can do today. And sometimes it's coming out and going, you can't move today. You've not had enough sleep.
I need that band. That sounds like something I need to invest in, something that's telling me not to move. I like the look of that.
And it also shows you, that talks about, like, if you put in, like, matching your sleep with your activity, how that can improve your recovery. And it tells you, okay, you're maybe not optimized for activity, but sometimes it says you're optimized for high intensity activity, and it can direct and point you in what you should be doing. But it did, it just brought in the fact that made me think about its recovery. It's not necessarily it's just sleep. It's about recovering from what your body through, because we put our body through stress every day. It is a stress. That we, even just walking is a stress on our bodies. not moving is a stress on your bodies. It's all about finding this perfect balance. But yeah, lack of sleep, and it can, well, it messes up my stats, which I don't like. But I like
Your numbers
stats.
driven.
I like green. Yeah, I'm very numbers driven. So, which is probably why we're too exhibited.
God.
I've just my Fitbit has now come up with new software to detect snoring. So I've been trying that out now, and apparently the other night I snored for 9 minutes.
Wow. How would it know if it's you or your partner if you're in a bed with your partner?
Well, it asked you in the beginning, do you sleep alone or do you sleep with a partner?
Okay, so it's detected.
So I don't
That's
know how it,
interesting.
yeah, it does, and then it also has like decibels and stuff as well.
How loud it is as well. That's so cool. Oh
Yeah,
my
how
gosh.
loud it is. And I thought this is very strange. But
Yeah.
I found it a bit, because I'm a bit of a I don't mind things like that, like enabling your microphone and stuff, but Google have just partnered up or purchased Fitbit as well. So I'm
What have
thinking,
they? Oh,
what are they doing?
here we go.
Why do they want to track my snoring?
All the targeted ads. Here they
This
come.
valuable information. Why do they want my snores? My snores. Why do you want that, Google? Why do you need this information?
In terms of privacy, that's quite a big one. We want to know your snores.
Yeah, that's a new level. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder whether it could record you, because I chat shit in my sleep, and John's woken me up before when he's talking shit because I thought he's been talking to me, but he's not. He's in his sleep. I'd love to record some of that.
You do get an app that can tell you about your sleep
like actually
activity.
voice record it.
I think it goes by the vibrations in the room and things like that, and it will record throughout the night, and then it will tell you how many times you tossed over or something like that.
Oh, amazing. Sorry, John, if he's listening.
But like, obviously that means, like for me, that means I would have to have my phone right next to me, and I don't like that. I like keeping it outside the bedroom at night. So I have
that's
my
a good habit. That is a fabulous habit. That is.
Not when you've not set your alarm, Nikki.
No, okay, fine. Yeah, that's the downside of that.
But well, see, I don't have an issue with having my phone in my bed. I go to my bedroom to sleep, and when I wake up, I leave my bedroom.
But when you climb into bed, are you on your phone?
No, never use it.
See, that's why it's okay for you.
Yeah, if you've got the habit of scrolling before you go to bed or something,
or when you wake
that's
up,
an issue. Or when you wake up and you pick up your phone.
I literally walk up
Guilty.
to bed, and within a minute, I'm like,
fine.
Well, maybe you're going to bed too tired then. Maybe that's
it.
issue.
I fall asleep on the sofa.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in saying that, like, even temperature of the room can affect your sleep. Like, your room needs to be a certain temperature.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And for the optimal level of sleep. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was like
I'd say 16 or something.
Yeah, I thought 12 something, but yeah.
12.
So, I don't know. Honestly, my grading's off for degrees, but it is something like that. Like there is
a set temperature, definitely, and it's like it's plus or minus. It's not even 1 degree. It's less, isn't it? It's like your body temperature. It's so specific that if it's off slightly, that's it. Your sleep's ruined, kind of thing. Exactly. But that's why so many people have worse sleeps when their partner's in the bed, because different people have very different sleeping habits.
Yeah.
However, apparently the other,
and males and females are very different as well.
No, we're not. We're all the same.
We're not.
Don't you? However, sleeping in the same bed over a period of time, when you then sleep away from that person, will actually have a negative effect on your sleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
you sort of sink in, don't you?
Sync.
Yeah.
Is it the circadian rhythms that start sync? Yeah, heart rate. Yeah.
So it's definitely a book recommendation, a TED Talk or an Audible recommendation from us three. It's definitely got some interesting stuff, and it's good for retention of information as well. There's so many studies on that they've talked about through the books about whether you're reading something then fall asleep, go to bed straight after, or how sleep deprivation affects your memory and affects your short-term and long-term memory as well, which is genius and brilliant. And then that goes into education and will into our education systems. And why are we asking children and students to be? And so, like, you know, university students are worse affected by sleep deprivation because of the alcohol content,
That's very
you
true.
know, as well. And then they've got early lectures, they're sleeping for 3 hours, not from experience, obviously, and then struggling to retain information. It's some really, really interesting stuff.
I find it interesting how we've gone past this hustle hard, must be team no sleep, and you know, just always on the clock.
Thatcher? One that famously said something, I don't sleep or sleep is for the week. Who said that? I'm sure
Yeah,
Thatcher
sleep when you
said something
sleep
like
when
that.
you're dead or something like that. And now we're transitioning
Gates
into
as
how
well.
important recovery is and how important sleep
it's
is.
got a lot to answer for over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like there is but that's probably social media. There's the ability to share it and people educating as much.
It's more awareness as to how important
Yeah.
rest is, rather than
there's a much bigger awareness of it, and there's probably been done more studies into it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Maybe
better technology and everything.
Team no sleep people to bring out the team sleep people and be like, create the argument and create the debate. Because the team sleep people were too busy sleeping. There was a debate about
you
that.
just gotta teamwork.
Team dream, team ran.
Yes. Yeah, it talks about different types of sleep as well, which is brilliant.
But also from a diet point of view, if you aren't getting enough rest, and obviously your diet's not so great, and you will seek that energy in the form of food. So you'll tend to reach for the sugary items or more caffeine or, you know, things like that instead of getting enough rest. So what I've decided now, like if I'm hungry, I thought, am I hungry or tired? Because if I'm tired, I'm just going to have a nap. I'm just going to go to bed earlier now.
Yeah, my dad said that when he did his 5-2 diet, which is just a CFD and, you know, restricted over 2 days. But it did actually work for him because he was like, I'm good to do that for 2 days a week. He would be in bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. On those days.
Stop eating.
That's what it's what his rule was. But you know, he was like, if I get tired at the end of the day, or I get hungry at the end of the day, I just go to bed. A, I'm too far away from going to the fridge, and B, I'm probably like to just sleep through. He said, if I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm absolutely starving, then I'll go and get something. But I never do. So, however, I've got a friend who has apparently it's a medical condition, and he does watch. So, hi,
hello, friend.
But he's been unwell over the last couple of days and in hospital. Anyway, by the by,
Get well soon, friend.
He wakes up in the middle of the night and goes and makes himself a sandwich, chocolate bar, drink, that type of thing, and he doesn't even realize it. Well, he does know he's done it, but apparently it's something he doesn't control, and it's a known medical condition.
Wow, like in his sleep he does it. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, is it a medical condition to do that or to have the specific foods?
No,
like sleepwalking, but
sleep eating.
Sleep eating. Wow. That's crazy.
And I was just like, what? You get up and you make a sandwich and drink and like chocolate bar, and he's like, yeah. I'm like,
so does he choose the food or?
It's obviously him.
I don't know how
unconsciously, yes, but he's not awake. He's not technically awake when he's walking and eating.
Yeah.
So,
is that right?
So is his body saying, I'm going to ask him, friend, is your body saying, I really fancy a chocolate, I'm going to make a chocolate shape?
Yes, but he's not conscious for it. He's not.
How do you enjoy that? What a waste of calories. I'm not happy about this.
Danny's deeply concerned.
I'm triggered.
Oh dear. Right. Well, there you are.
I think that's a good place to end.
I'm gonna have a word.
If you as always, go and research it and make your own opinion. You know, there's lots of science behind it. But knowing about it doesn't necessarily mean that you're suddenly able to improve your sleep.
But it's awareness, it's knowledge and awareness, and that's the first step, isn't it?
Yeah, and then having a good bedtime routine and takes time to practice it, and even if you do some of that stuff, and I have previously tried to put in some of those things.
So what are your 3 tips then? Let's go. What are your 3 tips for getting good sleep then, Ali?
If you naturally wake up early, you've got to go to bed earlier. Like it just has to be number 1.
Yep.
Number 2, having a bedtime routine where you stop watching screen.
Yep.
And number 3, do yoga at night time.
Oh, that's a good one. To wind down almost.
Yeah, and I think it just puts you, choosing a specific yoga routine. You don't want an active yoga routine. Because I always find
a slow one.
If I used to go to the gym at night, I wouldn't sleep till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Because endorphins were still flowing.
Yeah.
Choosing the right
I can't sleep after salsa. I got home at midnight, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just absolutely buzzing for another hour going, I can't sleep, it's too exciting. Yeah. I haven't danced for a year, I'm getting fed up a bit now.
But yeah, that
okay, there's your 3.
Yoga, and then finishing your yoga practice and doing 10 minutes of meditation, and then you're in a great place, and then just go straight to bed.
Nice.
What about you, Nikki?
I would have said screens as well, but I'll come up with another. Hydration throughout the day, not particularly close to bedtime, but keep drinking water, and for me it's green teas and bits and bobs as well, but tea or non-caffeinated tea. When I'm more hydrated throughout the day, I definitely sleep better. There's definitely some sort of correlation there for me. I also like to say off screen, but I would always say read before bed, and definitely fiction is an easy one to read before bed because your brain's already tired and you don't have to hold that story life quite so far. So even if it's just a few pages. So reading before bed, definitely for me, because it keeps me off my phone as well. And then I'm going to say 4 because I've got a great third one. Third one is going to be journaling, and for me it stops my brain overthinking it. It's sort of a mind dump, I call it. It's anything that I'm thinking of, either if I'm feeling stressed or anything other than sort of okay, it goes in there. And then also there's a bit of a mind dump of a list of things I'm thinking of I need to do tomorrow, so that I don't have to try and remember them myself, that they're on a list.
When you're lying in bed, you know that.
Exactly.
I like those ones.
And my last one, have you heard of the Lumi clocks? The sunlight, the sad clocks.
Oh,
they are
sad lamps. Yeah, I've heard.
My
There's
God.
the artificial sun type of thing.
Yep. Oh my God. I love mine. John bought me for my birthday, for Christmas last year. I am terrible with alarms. I come over as really organised and know all my shit, but I put multiple alarms on because I don't trust myself to wake up to them. So I put on alarms earlier than I need. Firstly, to try and get up early because I want to get on with the day. But then I go, yeah, I don't need this one. And so I frustrate the kind of hell out of him because I don't feel that awake. But sometimes sitting on my phone, I can sort of wake myself up slowly, scrolling through my phone, which is bad habits, I know. But I'm sure it's to do with the blue light and it's waking your eyes up. So there's I'm sure there's some signs. But the lights are beautiful because it slowly, you set the time for it to go off, and that half hour before, it's slowly lighting up the room. It's really, and it's the bedtime routine as well, and it slows the light down, and it's really stunning, honestly. It's meditative, it's relaxing. Going to bed, it's really lovely. So I really recommend them. I'm not sponsored. I'd like to be, if you're listening.
To be fair, you only really need one, don't you?
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't need to be sponsored. I'll be paid for advertisement, that's fine. Yeah, I really love mine. I know a few other people that have got them as well, and they've done wonders. So yeah, that definitely
I've heard
helps.
Good things about that, because especially being from South Africa and not having the climate that we do and stuff, it can, especially in the wintertime, the lack of sunshine and stuff can be quite awful.
Yes.
Really. So yeah, I've heard that those lamps are quite good as well. They are a bit pricey though, aren't they?
Yes, I think John may have got them in the sale, but and there's different levels of them. But yeah, and a sad lamp is a good investment if you need some sunshine and want a bit of a relaxer, and if you can afford. But
I do like
what are
it.
your 3 tips, Danny?
So mine are actually like the same as yours, I think. It's similar lines, like obviously digital detox, so switch off before you go to bed, definitely. I don't put my phone in my room, or try not
That's
to,
good.
just so that I can spend time reading a book or winding down. But the first one, I think, not mentioning any that you guys have said, the first one would be to stop eating 2 hours before I go to bed. So obviously that means that your body can then use the recovery period to actually build new cells and repair cells and things like that, instead of using the energy to digest food. So 2 hours before bed, I stop eating. Next thing is to either have a bath or a shower, because there's nothing
it's
like
cooling your body down, isn't it?
and there's nothing like that fresh feeling, and you climb into like crisp bedroom sheets.
Onto fresh sheets as well.
It's just really good. So I like to do that.
Especially shaved legs as well. Shaved legs, fresh sheets, shower.
Oh yeah, don't you
That's
feel
a
like a
treat.
majestic dolphin?
Yes. I wasn't going to say dolphin, but I love that.
You just feel like amazing. So
it's lovely, isn't it?
Sometimes I just sit here absorbing it all in and learning about the female mind.
Just take some tips. Take some tips.
I agree with some of those things. I agree with like the warm bath or whatever. Whenever that, then put woodlock oil on, which is my secret sauce for recovery.
Yes, you've mentioned
Put it all over your body. Get the cold, like it makes you cold if you're hot and hot if you're cold. Then yoga. Then massage with a massage gun. Then sleep. This is like Sunday routine. Then upstairs, read your book, fresh sheets, warm, all that. Exactly the same. No shaved legs though.
Each their own.
Well, unfortunately, I don't actually have a lot of hair on my legs anyway, so it's probably not enough. Maybe start shaving, manscaping. It's gone on.
Annie, your third one.
Oh yeah, we still have our third one. Mist, lavender mist for your pillows.
Yes, I forgot that one.
Lavender mist for your pillows.
Okay. Shaved legs, shower, fresh sheets, lavender, Lumi light.
Or an aromatherapy diffuser.
Yes.
That works.
Some sort of oils, essential oils,
way,
or smells, or nice things.
Sometimes I need to clarify what my sexual desires are, because I'm all over the place. I'm like, get your aromatherapy oil.
There's nothing wrong with lavender mist or aromatherapy oils. It's
I'm not saying there is
taken to a certain gender or a certain sexuality. We're not saying that at all.
We're not. I'm not. I'm just saying that.
It's John's lavender mist. It's not mine. Not
right.
Anyway, yes, lavender mist. That is a great one.
Weekends, what are you doing?
Finishing putting together March's box. Without too much of a plug. Yep, nothing really.
Nothing much.
The thing is about this box, because it's every month, Danny, we're never going to hear the end about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll always have a plug.
That means she's smashing it, and we're all about that life. So
correct.
You go, girl.
Thank you.
I have no plans. I have a session tomorrow morning. I'll probably be training, and then I'll just carry on working and doing some programming.
Very nice.
Because every day ends in a Y.
Yeah, in a day. And I'm also watching Married at First Sight Australia, and I'm absolutely fuming.
Oh
but
my
we'll
gosh.
leave that for another day.
That's another episode.
That's a whole podcast for itself.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Ali?
I am not a lot. I've got to catch up with work on Sunday. I have to go in. Basically, next week, if I thought I had a busy week this week, next week's like 3 times busier. But it's all about in the preparation. The success is in the preparation, which is what I wrote in my journal today. So the next
very good
days is all about preparation. So yeah, the whole weekend's set around being prepared for work, prepared for my diet,
and prepared for a podcast.
I'm prepared for a podcast.
Failure
to prepare. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. That's it. Something like that. Is it Scouts?
Prior preparation prevents piss poor performance.
Well, on that note, then.
Okay. That's a good one. Oh, Christ. This has been a good one today. So, on that note, where can we find everyone? Alistair, where can we find you?
In my office as per usual, always.
Play along.
At a personal accountability coach, at Alistair Mann. Read more of my emails. As you gotta subscribe to my emails because
good emails.
Nikki.
I am at the Bookish Mindset on Instagram and Facebook, or on a website somewhere called That Same Thing. I've got newsletters as well. They're only once a week, unlike Alistair's, and I've got 3 boxes for February left. So there's my little plug. I have 3 left if you want to get one of them.
Very nice. Smashing it.
That
is EPT.
Danny, where are you?
You can find me at Danny_PT. No, Danny_ZPT over there. At Even Zone, and you can also subscribe to my blog about fitness, nutrition, mindset, and travel. EvenZone.com.
Very nice.
Fantastic. So he's not going to announce lockdown is out on Monday, is he? So
no, but there will be a roadmap, and that's good.
But yes. It just means that are we back next Friday then?
Yeah.
I assume so.
I reckon that you're given this is never going to end now, is it? I love it. It's like start of like my weekend. It's not because but it's nice to look forward to every Friday lunchtime. And I'm glad that people are listening to just me and my friends having a right old natter. We tried to bring with the subject, but I have a hang out with my mates on a lunch hour on a Friday, and
why not? Hey,
record it and put it out there.
What we do. That's what we do.
Well, have a lovely weekend. We will speak
a great day
next week.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Bye.